Hey, my name is Phil with legitmarketingreviews.com, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing a survey maker platform called Survey Sparrow. And in the Survey Sparrow review, I'm going to be showing you exactly how Survey Sparrow works, how to actually get set up with it, and then by the end of this video you should know if Survey Sparrow is right for you. Now, just to let you know, there is a free plan to get started with Survey Sparrow, so if you want to help support the channel, make sure you use the link in the description. So first of all, what is Survey Sparrow? Well, like I mentioned earlier, it is a survey maker, but it is actually so much more than that because they focus a lot of their strengths within customer satisfaction as well as employee satisfaction. Now, this is a really big deal, especially these days, because if you have a satisfied customer or employee, then this person is going to stay with you and the company for a very long time, as well as increase sales. So understanding how your customers are feeling or how your employees are working is very vital for actually scaling your business. So what I'm going to do is actually jump behind the screen and show you how Survey Sparrow works. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start here on the Survey Sparrow homepage. Now, there are some things I want to show you. I am going to go through some of the features listed on their website as well, as I might not have enough time to go through all of them. There is a lot. But just before I get into that, I want you to know that this company is only a few years old and they're doing already really well. They've already got over 50,000 companies and they're partnering with some pretty big people in the industry. Companies like Xerox as well as Deloitte, and there's also Gucci, so Warner Brothers there as well. It's pretty impressive. So this is a very premium tool, just to let you know. And if we have a look at some of the features, I was actually really impressed because you can also do things like accept payments inside of your surveys, as well as have video backgrounds, and you can have, of course, conversational forms as well as white label surveys, so these can look like they're completely your own, as well as a bunch of other things. So I have to admit, Survey Sparrow has probably got the most amount of features that I've actually seen inside of a survey software. Now, just before I get into the actual demonstration of the software, I just want to quickly go over the pricing just so you can see what the costs involved are. And once again, you can actually get started for free. And if you want to help support the channel, link in the description. But inside the free membership, you're going to be able to get 100 responses per month. You're able to get 10 questions per survey, which is perfect for someone if they just want to go and test out the software themselves. And you're going to have access to the classic and chat surveys, which I'm going to go over shortly. Now, of course, if you upgrade, it is a yearly or quarterly subscription as well. You can get a lot of other things, like on the basic plan, you can have Google Sheets integrations, which means every time someone puts in a survey responses, it's going to appear in one of your Google Sheets you connect. There's also Facebook Pixels, Google Analytics, all that sort of good stuff, as well as phone number validations and all of that. So that's $19 a month, still very affordable. And if you want to go premium, you can actually start accepting payments, which I thought was incredible, and also have access to things like Webhooks. So it's really, really good. Then if you want to scale, if you are a business, if you're quite a bit bigger, and you want to have more of a sort of complete solution, then there are a few plans inside of here as well. You have the business plan, which is going to give you 50K responses per month, as well as things like white label surveys, as well as Salesforce integrations for those types of people that use Salesforce. And there's all these other types of API requests and everything you can get. And then, of course, Enterprise is quite a bit more expensive, but you get all of the good stuff with that. Things like mobile SDKs, so you can connect it with your mobile software and get in-app responses, as well as a lot of other good things as well, like the executive dashboard and the case management. And there are actually two other types of memberships you can get. The NPS, which I don't know too much about, but I believe it's where you can actually compare your products or services with other people's products or services, which is pretty interesting, as well as 360 assessments, which is more of like an employee satisfaction or employee performance type of systems. Once again, I'm not too sure about them, so I'm not going to talk about those specifically, but I will go through the personal and business stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and log in. And this is the dashboard of Survey Sparrow. Now, there are a few little surveys I've been playing around with here. I've deleted a bunch as well just to not overwhelm you. But to give you a quick sort of overview of what you can expect, when you get started, on the left here, you've got a different set of workspaces that you can choose from. And just to let you know, I'm currently reviewing the business plan. So what that means is if I create some workspaces, I can actually share it with different users within my business. So if I wanted to create a new one, I simply click on create new. I can call it whatever I want and invite whoever I want into this particular workspace, which is really cool because you can have your own personal surveys that you want to keep to yourself, or you want to share some with different employees, things like that. So it makes things really good. Now on the left down here as well, under next steps, we also have things like tutorials or informative sort of instructions, how you can import your contacts, display the logic, theming surveys, what's new, and other types of topics. So if you get stuck, if you're looking for a bit of a hand, there's also the bottom right chat box if you want to talk there, or if you want to look for yourself, you can go into one of these and it's going to give you all the answers. Now at the top we have here contacts. Basically what's going to happen inside of here is once people actually go through your surveys, they're actually going to be listed inside of here. I'll show you a quick sort of demo of what it does. So basically this is what it looks like. So I've gone ahead and put myself in there, but as you can see on the left, we've got active contacts, unsubscribed and bounced on the left, which is good. You can also import contacts on the right as well. So I'm going to go back. That is contacts. That's where all of your contacts are going to be listed. And then we also have templates, which I'm going to go through in a second as well. So basically what I'm going to do right now is show you exactly how to use Survey Sparrow. So first of all, you want to click on new survey. Now we've got here the 5 different types of surveys that they have. Classic survey and chat survey are going to be the most used one. In fact, I believe I saw a statistic somewhere on the website saying that chat survey is actually getting 40% more responses than any other survey type that they have. So the chat surveys are extremely converting right now. There's also the NPS offline surveys, as well as 360-degree surveys as well. So first of all, I'll start off with a classic survey and show you the different types of templates that they actually have inside of here. So as you can see on the left, we have a load of different types of templates that you could actually use for your business. Let's just say you're wanting to do something community based. Click on community and there is a survey that's pre-made for you. Let's say you're doing education. There are a few different ones here. The good thing about this is if you use a pre-made template, it's going to have a lot of relevant sort of questions or fields for your particular type of industry or your particular type of purpose. But if you are just looking for something quite generic as well, you can just click on all and have a bit of a scroll to see what you can find. So for this particular video, I'm actually going to use the customer satisfaction survey just to show you what it looks like and how you can actually edit it, and just to let you know you can fully customize all of these. You're not dictated to anything like that. These are just to give you a solid base to actually start from, which I very much like when it comes to software. So once you click on it, it's going to go ahead and load the survey just to give you an idea of what it currently looks like. So I'm going to click on short ask. Question 1, what are the top reasons you chose us? You can see it's very, very clean. So ease of use, and at the bottom left, you'll also see there's a completion rate sort of calculator there. How would you rate the quality of product? I'll give it a 2. And you know, it looks very clean. That's basically what I'm trying to show you. So what I'm going to do is actually click on choose template, and I'm going to show you how you can actually edit this thing to make it your own. So first of all, we're going to call it something. So I'm just going to call this the YouTube test, as I always do. And it's going to be on the classic form. You can actually change it to a chat or online form here as well. But first of all, I'll show you the classic, and then I'll show you the differences between chat and classic, so you can understand why chat is a really good option these days. So first of all, here is the image. It doesn't look like much because it's white on white. It's got a little bit of gray to look like it. But if you wanted to put your own image, all you have to do is backspace it, and you'll see you can actually drop an image inside of here. So it's really easy to do. Now on the left, we've got all of these different types of tabs. We've got build, we've also got design, global variables, languages, config, notifications, and print survey. So what I'm going to do is quickly show you the questions, show you all of these, and I'll take you through all the steps. It's actually really fast to do. So let's just say we're going to go to the second question, see what it's all about. What are the top reasons that made you choose us? So once again, you can just literally go in here, you can put in words, you can take away words. Very easy to do, and you can also add a description if you wish. And inside here, we've got lots of different options that you can use, as well as logic. So if you wanted to use some particular type of logic, you can quickly and easily come inside of here and choose what you want. For this particular review tutorial, though, I'm not going to go as in depth as that. What I'm going to do is just show you how easy it is to actually modify the questions, and then I'll show you how you can add them. So if I click on add new, you can see there's all these different types of questions that you can actually ask. So the opinion scale is the 1 to 10. Text is just the basic text. Phone number is basic phone number. Multiple choice as it sounds. Email, rating, and contact form. So there's all of these basic things. And then you've got all these other options you can actually choose, like numbers, matrices, drop downs, consent agreements. You've also got things like picture choices, messages, rank orders. I'll show you the rank order didn't show up. Constant sum. You've also got website, signature, so you can take online signatures, and you've got the online payment. Once again, if you're on the, what plan was it? The premium or above. So you can put payments in there, date, upload, where you can actually upload files, which I actually do use a lot on surveys. And then you've also got yes or no. So there's loads of different things that you can actually do in here. I'll give you an example of how easy it is to actually use. So you just click on it. It's going to go ahead and pre-create the question at the bottom of the collection there. And then I'm going to say, how did you enjoy this survey? Are you pleased you took it? And then I'm going to click on view. See what it looks like. It's just going to load it for me. As you can see, it looks great. So now that we've got all of our questions and we're happy with them, everything is exactly how it should be, it's time to actually modify the design to make it our own. So what we need to do now is actually come to the next tab, which is design. So if you click on design, I should have probably mentioned too, everything is auto save. So once you've adjusted something, a few seconds, it's going to save itself, which is good. So now that you're in this page, what you want to do is actually start customizing things. Once again, the image and this text here is an image, so I can't actually modify that, but everything else I can modify. So what I'm going to do is first of all start off with the background. So if I go to advanced background settings, you can see this is the background I'm actually using. So if I change the gradient, you can see it can either disappear or it can come back. There's multiple different things you can do with it. You can also change the image as well. You can also add in video images, which is part of their new thing. You might go to something like pixels.com, get a video there. And you can also create gradients, which is also available. So it's all very easy to add, which I like because it's simple. And simple is best when it comes to things like this. For this example, I'll keep it in a dark color like so. So next, let's go and change a few of the colors inside of the survey. So if you come inside of here, you can see we've got all these different variables. So if I go to questions, let's just say I wanted to change the color to red. Simply take it to red, click off it, and it is left as red. Super easy to do. It's not really hard at all to actually figure out how to use this tool. It's so easy to use. Same thing if you wanted to make the answers red, if you want to make the questions white, very easy to do. Drag and drop, and so forth. Now coming down the other types of customizations we can use, there is a survey header, which is actually going to add your logo on top of all the questions. I'm just going to leave that off for now, but you can easily add it inside of there. We've also got the progress bar, which tells you how far along you are. You can turn that off and on. Question, you can have the question removed or not. So it's all pretty straightforward, I believe. If you want to change the button, you're going to have to click on the refresh button as well, the restart, so you can actually see the button. So if you want to change the button to green, there it is, it's green. It's all very, very easy to do. Now, if you want to potentially change the entire theme of this look, you can actually do so by clicking on themes. When you do get there, it's going to ask if you want to save the changes. I highly recommend you save the changes, because if you want to go back, you won't be able to if you don't. So then you can choose all the different ones, but this is my one here that I can go back to. So it's all very, very good. So moving on through some tabs, we have here global variables. If you want to pass on some information through via the survey URL, you can actually do so. I'm not too fluent with custom variables, so I'm not going to inform you how to actually use that, but the option is there if you want to use it. You can see here you can do it through strings, numbers, or dates as well, which is very cool. Then an interesting feature that these guys have added inside of Survey Sparrow is actually languages. So if you want to add in custom languages, I'll show you how you can do it really quickly. So for example, if you had an audience that was also another language, let's say my second biggest one was, say, Hindi. I know there's a lot of developers in India. What you can actually do is go ahead, click on Hindi, click on Google Translate, and click on Proceed. And what it's actually going to do is automatically translate it into Hindi. So if someone from India actually goes through it, they can have the option to read it in Hindi, and then they can fill out the survey in Hindi. It's very, very cool sort of idea, I believe anyway. So as you can see, it has got here the first question. It's in English, it's gone to Hindi. If you go to the second question, so everything's translated, and you can put in a number of translations as well, as many as you want. So it's very, very cool. So that's translations, languages. Next is config. This is where you can actually get quite technical. So you can put things like workspaces, track responders IP address, things like that. So you can put all these inside of here. You can even password protect surveys and have cutoff dates. So it is a very cool and optional type of platform. You've also got notifications. So every time you get a survey response, you can turn it off or on, and you can also get all of them inside of here. You can also customize it as well and add in people. And you can also send out thank you emails as well if you wish. Then finally, there's print survey. So that is all of it in actually creating the survey. Now let's actually get on to integrating it and publishing this thing. So next is the integration tab at the top. You can see build, now we're on integrate. Now inside of here, this integrates with all of your major platforms. You can actually integrate them on the dashboard if you wish, or you could do them inside of here. But as you can see, it does so many inside of here. Facebook Pixel, Google Analytics. Google Sheets is probably going to be the biggest sort of, the most used one, I believe, because what it's going to do is add all of the responses inside of a Google Sheet. You can also add things like Tag Manager, MailChimp, Monday. You've got loads in here. The great thing I love about this though, is the option to have the workflow. So if you had a client that you're actually collecting surveys for and you want to send them some information, you can actually do so inside of here. So I'm going to go ahead, click on new workflow. I'm going to call this the client survey responses. Obviously you call it the client's name, and I'm going to say here are the latest responses. Now what you can do is define it by conditions if you wish, so it can be, question, answer, shares, all those types of things. And you can also choose the action, either email or webhook, however you want to use it. But do you see this? Bruce Wayne, hilarious. So I'm just going to put in Bruce Wayne. Let's just say that's my client, and I'll just be like, here are your latest responses from the survey. Right. You can also have your own custom domain as well if you wish to connect that. What I could do here is to put, hey Bruce, here your latest responses for the survey we set up. Okay, and then what you can do in here is just put question 1, because obviously he'll know what the questions are, and you can come through and you can put in these variables, right? So question 1, I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and there is going to be the answer to the first question. Now once again, question 2, click on the little $sign once again, come to the second question, click on that, and it's going to put in the answers, right? So you can either decide which ones you want to put in, which ones you don't. If you're taking things like names and emails and things like that, you can also add these all in. So it's very powerful because you can also get sent the surveys yourself, make sure they're working, send them to your client, everything looks good, and you can automate this entire process. So it's very, very powerful. So go ahead, click create. This has been done. Every time he gets a survey, it's going to go sent to him. And you can also turn that off and on. Now, if you are someone that uses a lot of webhooks, now I have a lot of software that will talk to each other through webhooks, then you're going to love this feature. It's very easy to actually add webhooks. All you need to do is click on add new webhook. Call it a name, so this could be email integration. If your particular email service isn't listed, you can put in a description if you wish, but all you need to do is put in your callback URL, paste that in there, and click save details, and that webhook has been completed. It's as simple as that. There's also APIs here. I personally don't understand APIs, but if you are someone that deals with APIs, all the information for that is here as well. So moving forward, we're going to go to the share column, and inside the share column, the share tab, we can see all of the different ways we can actually share our survey. First of all, we have got the link, so I'm going to go ahead and copy it and show you what it looks like. And this is the classic survey. Once again, you can go through things. Everything is live right now. Everything is working. It looks amazing. Very pleased with it so far. So that's how you actually start off with the survey. You can also send it via email, social, and if you want to edit the social, you can change things like the image, the text, the description, all of that sort of good stuff. So I'm going to go back to share. We've also got embed, which I'm probably going to use the most. Email embed, SMS, QR code, mobile SDK, which you can use if you understand it, which I personally don't. Then you've also got Slack and Teams. So there's loads of different things inside of here, and I'll show you how easy it is to actually use it. I'm personally going to be using the embed the most. So now we're on the embed page. What you can actually do is choose your particular sizing that we want to use. You can do it based on percentage, or you can do it based on pixels. So I'm just going to say 1200 by height, maybe 1000, right? And what I'm going to do is you can either have JavaScript code or WordPress shortcode. I'm going to leave it as JavaScript. Click on copy. And what I've done is I'm going to click on save first, go to my page I've pre-created for this, paste it in here like so. And then I'm going to click on update, and I'll show you what it will actually look like. Right, so wait for that to load, and then click on preview. And here's what it looks like, exactly to my specs. Click on the buttons and everything looks good. So obviously if you're embedding it, you will change the design to suit, but this is very easy to use. You can see it was quick to load, so very happy with that. And then everything is easy as well. Mobile embed's really cool as well because you can put surveys inside of emails. Then finally, once we are finished, you can go to results, and this is where all of your results and your responses are going to be. So I'll actually show you one that I did earlier, which has got some results. So I'll go ahead and click on view results here so you can see what it actually looks like. So here we have the default report. It shows you how many people have visited, how many people have started, completed, average time to complete, completion rate, and then as you go down, here's all of the different questions that are inside of here, right? So it's all very good. You can see how everything works, and if you click on responses, it's going to also list all of the people that have gone through your survey. So if you're taking names, it's going to show up with the name and so forth. So that is how you actually create the surveys. Very easy to do. Now I just want to quickly show you the chat bot sort of feature, the chat survey, because it is a very cool thing. I'll quickly just show you the one I've already created. It's the same exact steps to creating a normal survey. So as you can see, you've got all your different steps listed. If you go to design, it's the same exact thing. However, there are a few differences. We have the chat box now, and it comes up with the chat sort of angle, so it looks like you're actually talking to someone, which is quite cool. And you can also change the backgrounds and everything like that. When we actually go to share it, if you go to the embed, there are a few different options as well. We have it like a pop-up card. We have an inline embed, right? So this is going to pop up in the middle, or you could pop up like a chat on the bottom right. I'll just move me first. So it looks like a chat bot. And then finally at the bottom, we also have the pop-up card, which looks like this. So they're all very, very easy to use, and they look amazing. Once again, the results are there once you've finished your reporting, and then you can share the reports as well. So this has been a long video. What I'm quickly going to do is jump behind the camera once again and talk about a few extra. Okay, so that was Survey Sparrow. As you can see, there are so many features inside of this tool. Everything from taking payments to taking different types of input, integrating it via Webhook, API, or your native integrations, as well as so many other things. It is a all-in-one survey tool and customer experience management platform. So if this is something you are looking for, then this is going to be your one-stop shop. Once again, if you want to try it out for free, there is a link in the description, and you'll also be helping support this channel. But apart from that, I hope you've enjoyed the Survey Sparrow review. If you have, make sure you smash that thumbs up button and make sure you hit subscribe to keep up to date with all the latest videos. That's it from me. I'll see you on the next one.